How's it going, guys? Tim from Under the Capes here, and today I'm making the Kingdom Key.
I started this build with a template I got off Reddit from a user called Keyblade Crafters, transferred that template onto EVA Foam floor mats, cut out 2 pieces of each for the thickness that I was looking for, and then I got some 5mm foam and built out a topper piece for each side. So I wanted there to be a little bit more structurally sound and less seams. And you'll see how that fits on. Just like that. And then I did the same thing for the head, the crown of the Keyblade, and I actually plan to wrap this one all the way around the head for it to be really structurally on there. So then I made sure to sand down all the seams in the different pieces there. And to make sure it contoured to the PVC pipe that I was using, I wrapped that in some sanding paper and sanded a contour into all the edges of the foam so they would sit against that smoothly when they were glued down. And for the crown, the head of the Keyblade, I sanded a sort of sharpened an edge into the top of that to make it a little more blade-like. I don't have to do too good of a job of smoothing this out because it will be covered by that other piece. Then, before gluing everything down, I added a screw to the bottom of the PVC pipe so that I could attach a keychain to it. So the keychain that will be attached to the Keyblade will be an actual metal chain with a foam Mickey head attached to it. So once that was on there, I sanded down the PVC pipe to give it a little more hold, and I used contact cement on the pieces and on the PVC pipe, and you wait about 15 minutes for that to get tacky, and you're able to just press those together for an instant hold. Then I did the same thing, gluing down the piece there to get a nice seam, and I skipped ahead a little bit, but I got all those on. And then for the shaft I used pieces of 5mm foam. I believe I ended up doing 2 layers of 5mm foam and then 1 layer of 2mm foam, and I just kept adding these layers like that to get the desired thickness I wanted there. And I actually also added 1 layer of 2mm on the crown section, because if you see it's the shaft continues all the way up through the crown, and then and then it kind of pops out from there. So I want to add that section there. Once all the pieces were together, there's actually a couple smaller pieces that I wanted to put together. So I did some final sanding, especially around the shaft, which didn't quite go all the way around, so we'll have to fill in those gaps later. And then there's a couple small pieces around the handle that make it seem more rounded around the top and the bottom of the handle. So I cut out 4 pieces of floor mats there and sanded them into more of a round shape, and we'll add those on just to the top and bottom of the handle there. And for the keychain, I just used some 5mm foam and made a couple circles with a couple more circles on them for the Mickey head, and I glued the 2 sides of that together with a paper clip in between them, bent so that just a loop of metal stuck out the other side, and I was able to add that to the chain. Then for a lot of those seams that were created, I used Quick Seal, and sealed those up and just smoothed it all out nicely. And I used a rotary tool for the divots that are in the bottom there. Now I'm just sealing everything up with a coat of Modge Podge. That'll soak into the pores of the foam and make it a lot easier to paint. And for painting, I did 2 coats of Plasti-dip, which is another sealant that makes it a smoother finish and makes it easier to paint. And then I did, for the handle, it's a metallic gold. And there's a little piece that I didn't end up showing, but I had a piece in the middle that's that blue accent that you can see on it. And then for the actual blade, I used a metallic silver. And I didn't do any weathering. I wanted to keep this pristine, just like it is, and there you have it.
So there you have it, guys, the finished product. I think it came out really great. I'm really happy with it. If you like this video, definitely give me a subscribe, and I'll keep making cool stuff. Thanks.